Well, hello everybody. Today is Saturday, April 16th, I believe, or 17th. 17th, I think. 2010. And this is just a quick little vlog, or informative video, however you want to look at it. I'm getting some questions from people about the Gigabyte EP45 UD3P. Talking about my videos and saying that the BIOS on their board doesn't look anything like what I show in my videos. Well, there's a good reason for this. Chances are, if you bought a UD3P, an EP45 UD3P board, starting in late 2009, mid to late 2009, and into 2010 for sure, chances are you received a revision 1.6 motherboard instead of the 1.0 and 1.1 motherboards that my reviews and my videos talk about. Well, the revision 1.6 board still uses the P45 chipset. They've made a few changes to it, visually, component-wise. It actually seems to be a little bit cheaper made to me, but I have not had an actual board in my hands to test. But the BIOS on these boards are completely different than the ones on the version 1.0 boards. The BIOS on the version 1.6 boards looks and acts a lot more like how the newer Core i5 and Core i7 X58 and P55 chipset boards are. Things are arranged differently. Now, the same basic options are there. Sometimes they're worded a bit differently, and there are some different options there. And the 1.6 BIOS does actually seem to be missing a few options that the revision 1.1 and 1.0 boards have in the BIOS. Before anybody asks, no, you cannot flash your revision 1.1 board or 1.0 board with the revision 1.6 BIOS. You will toast your board. The same goes for trying to backflash a version 1.6 motherboard with a 1.0 BIOS. The two boards are so different in construction, layout, and internal workings that you will fry your board. Well, you won't fry your board, but you'll have a dead BIOS. And you know, if you do try this, hopefully the dual BIOS feature will kick in and restore your board to whichever BIOS version is located in the second BIOS chip, the backup chip. But don't waste your time, because it will not work. Until I see otherwise, until I have a board in my hands to look at, which may never happen, I'm going to go ahead and say that the revision 1.6 board is inferior. I've seen a lot of overclocking done with it, videos and reviews on various forums and websites out there. It just doesn't seem to be quite up to par with the original board. Now, I don't know if Gigabyte kind of cheaped out on the power regulation circuitry some more. Not that the UD3P's power regulation circuitry was all that fantastic to begin with. It was a mid-range board, but they seem to have cheaped out on it quite a little bit more. And I'm just going to call it and say that the 1.6 boards are not quite as good. Now, I may very well be eating crow later on, but from what I've seen, they just don't seem to be up to par with the original version motherboards. So, if you can get yourself in the position to find a vendor who's still stocking old boards, or happen to buy one used, I would go for that instead of the 1.6 board. Like I said, if Gigabyte or someone else wants to send a 1.6 board my way and let me do some testing with it, I'll be happy to do so, and I'll be happy to eat a plate of crow on camera. But until then, that's the way I call it. So, it's late. I'm headed to bed, and I've got videos to upload. I am actually uploading the original review, recorded, believe it or not, in December of 2008. Has been stored in my archives, and as you guys know, a few months ago, my original YouTube channel got deleted, completely removed, at my behest, and all those videos along with it. So I had to go back to my source videos. I didn't even have the YouTube cuts anymore, and completely recut and re-edit the original review video. So I'm cutting and re-editing video from December of 2008. Excuse me. It's quite a while ago. Well over a year ago. 15 months ago. So, anyway, off to bed with me. It's late.